Public shame and a major crackdown on harassment during the Bonalu and the Muharram festival. 478 individuals, including 92 minors, were nabbed by the SHE teams of the Hyderabad police for sexual harassment and inappropriate behavior in crowded public gathering. Crowded public gathering. The police safety, health and environment teams caught individuals misbehaving with women devotees at Golconda, Bonalu, Balakampet Yalamma Temple, Sikandrabad, Ujjaini, Mahakali Temple. 8 FIRs have been registered across different police stations. Now, it's unimaginable that these gangs actually infiltrated the crowd and they publicly harassed by touching them, pushing them, shoving them. And this is unbelievable that this is happening in broad daylight. And this was also being videographed. So someone was doing it and another person was videographing it. And among those who picked up, 288 were let off with warning. 4 individuals were booked under petty cases that led to conviction and fines totaling 1,050. 4 offenders fined 50 rupee each. But the fact of the matter is, whether it's a secular festival or a religious festival, women being harassed in public. And on this issue, I am joined by Brinda Dige, women rights activist, Priti Banerjee, social activist, and Dr. Charu Alukhanna, author and former member, NCW. Let me just straight away go to Brinda. Brinda, so this is unimaginable. Happening at a mass scale, someone is harassing a woman, touching her inappropriately in public, and then other people are making videos of it. I have no words to express my disgust at what I have seen.
Absolutely. Disgusting, deplorable, despicable. We can think of n number of words, but this is the mindset and attitude of our deeply patriarchal society. Misogyny and sexism is like part of the landscape. We continuously blame the woman coming out dressed inappropriately, had provoked. But here we are talking of a religious gathering. Devotees have come for some festival, and men of all ages, one cannot say that somebody is this age or that age. We also heard that about 90 plus minors were also caught and were part of this 478 culprits. All of them actually come there to molest, sexually assault and harass women, again of all ages. Mother, sister, grandmother, and all of those kind of things. Just go ahead and do it, because continuously we have kept telling women, don't talk about it, because you will be the bad woman. Don't raise and bring attention to yourself. Just let it pass. It will go away. You're a good woman. That is why we tell you not to leave the house and go. So stay inside the house. All of that is not only dangerous and scary, but it is unconstitutional. And you also mentioned some of them were fined 50 rupees. That is the punishment for sexual harassment and molestation. Who gave authority to the police to fine them 50 rupees? Which court, which act allows the police to fine them 50 rupees? Why did they let them off with a warning? How did they decide that this is the gravity or the intensity of the crime and something else is not the gravity and intensity of another crime? See, we also have to tell the police, your job is to enforce law, not to decide who is to be let off and who is to be brought before the court. Until and unless the police also understand this, we will never be able to.
But my question is different, Dr. Charu. This harassment of women in public spaces, this is the bane in Indian society, and to do it so openly, brazenly, collectively, I'm not concerned whether it was a secular, sacred function or a profane function. It was a function in public, and to be violating their boundary, I just can't comprehend it. It doesn't even have an age medium. From teenagers to men of all ages, madam.
You've used the word unimaginable. Let me tell you, you cannot imagine, but can you imagine what women have been going through? And this is the first time, I must give credit to the Hyderabad police, that through CCTV coverage and, maybe other mediums, modern technology, the SHE team has caught the culprits. Otherwise, religious places, irrespective of which part in India, wherever there's a gathering, it's an opportunity for sexual predators to touch women inappropriately.
Yes.
Whether it's an entertainment function,
Yes.
whether it's a music show, whether it's a college festival or a religious function, wherever there's a gathering and there are many women, these sexual predators try and find ways to harass women. And now with modern technology, they're even taking videos. What is the mindset of these people? What a kind of predators are we? What kind of, jungly, starved,
But what is the deterrence,
depraved
ma'am? Ma'am, what is the deterrence?
The
In
deterrence
Nirbhaya
is-
debate, I had gone through that beautiful book written by late Leela Seth. She had her own views, but what is can law only be the deterrence? Is punishment
Law
the
is no
deterrence?
deterrent because for them law has no meaning. The law has no meaning in their life. And the deterrent is the mindset. After Nirbhaya, it's more than a decade. They keep saying every time there's an incident, mindset change hona chahiye. It's not a laddu that, you just feed it to the person and the mindset changes. They need to be taught gender sensitization from childhood, concept of consent. What is the concept of consent? Do males in India know? And we have a very large population of unemployed men, young youth, I would say, who hang around streets just watching women, watching
Okay.
porn. Data says that the maximum pornography on the internet is viewed from India. Now, what are you teaching these youngsters?
Absolutely. And madam, let me just take you through one data. Beyond enforcement, the SHE teams undertook extensive outreach efforts. A total of 124 awareness programs they conducted, 1,405 observations in public spaces and 352 mobile campaigns to encourage reporting of harassment and gender-based misconduct. So SHE teams are doing a good job. They did a good job.
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
even then the mindset is not changing. Let me play out the important bite of the lawyer who represented Nirbhaya now, and then I'll come to the point, madam.
आज भी हम विमेन को ऑब्जेक्ट की तरह ही ट्रीट कर रहे हैं, आज भी हम विमेन को नहीं इक्वली ट्रीट करें कि एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग। और इसके लिए अगर हम निर्भया केस का एग्जांपल दें तो जो 6 पीपल थे जो अक्यूज थे, जिनको हैंग कर दिया गया, जिसमें 4 पर्सन जो अक्यूज जिनको 20 मार्च 2020 में हैंग किया गया, तो आप देखेंगे उसमें एक मुकेश सिंह है, उसका इंटरव्यू था कि ये लड़कियां जो हैं इनको रात में बाहर नहीं निकलना चाहिए, ये खुद प्रोवोक करती हैं। तो ये जो माइंड सेट है, आप कितना भी कानून बना लें, आप कुछ भी कर लें, जब तक सोसाइटी में चेंज नहीं आएगा, माइंड सेट चेंज नहीं होगा, स्पेशली मेल पर्सन का, तो इस तरीके के इंसिडेंट होते रहेंगे। वहाँ पर जितने भी फीमेल हैं, आई थिंक उन्होंने किसी ने वॉइस रेज नहीं की है। ये एक हिडन सोसाइटी का फेस जो है वो कैमराज के थ्रू, सी टीम के थ्रू ये निकल करके बाहर आया।
Pretty lot of people say that, they should have protested. But, there is so much a moral, social pressure on women not to come out and say, na. I mean to say, in conservative society, it is also a pressure on them. आप बोल क्यों रही हो आप, the honor is on the men. तो आप बोलोगे तो बेइज्जती family की हो जाएगी. तो, the pressure is on the woman to stay silent. Isn't that?
Of course, we always stigmatize women on saying anything. If a woman is saying, I am feeling uncomfortable, if at the families, within the society, neighborhood, people would say, isko itna kyun problem hai? Why she is having so much of problem? And I'm feeling very sad to say this, but I had to admit, somewhere we all have seen that women are somewhere not supporting women. When a woman raises her voice, we have seen in family, mothers, sisters, or maybe elders who are females, who have gone through so much of trauma or pain, they will stigmatize the same incident and say, okay, we all have faced the same situation, and you have to just mute yourself. You don't need to say, because we have our garima, we have our prestige. Bahar ke log kya bolenge? So in such kind of situation also we are seeing a lot of cases happening, but the camera which has captured the things, the unsaid incident, the camera have captured, not the voices.
Absolutely. Brinda, before I close the show, what I want to understand from you is that there are silences which cannot be immediately broken because of conservative nature of the society. And sometimes laws, instead of acting in one way, can produce a counter effect. For example, post Nirbhaya, you would have seen that a lot of, in the rape cases, it was leading to rape and murder and disfigurement, not letting the victims survive. You know, this is a dichotomy. You know, you need laws to protect women, but they can also create a sort of a different sort of a social effect, like that Hyderabad case, they put acid on that woman and then burnt her. How you are a public activist, you meet with a lot of people. I mean to say, is it just about educating boys at home, or there is something more which really needs to be done, that as you respect your own body, a woman's body also needs to be respected? It's not an object.
I think it begins with our families. In our families, we should be able to speak about these things. We know that all our young people get all kinds of information from the internet, and including the dark web. You and I may not be surfing them, but we know for sure the children as young as 6th and 7th standard are already surfing all of this, and they get all kinds of information. So start talking about it. Because when we are talking in our homes, these values and virtues get cemented. Consent is important. Respecting everybody is important. Social conditioning is important. And then it comes to our schools and colleges, because that education must also have the same language when we go to school and college. These days we are seeing so many teachers and professors who are misbehaving and sexually exploiting children and young people. Now that is another area that requires to be addressed. But everything said and done, we must also understand that our mainstream media also glamorizes these things.
But also films, Brinda, Nana karte hue maan gayi, Hasi to Phasi, you know, these are small codas which tell you it is okay to push the blanket, but you don't know how far the boy or the, you know, or the boy or the man would go, thinking that it is okay.
So, you know, in this whole, gabble of artistic justice, I can do anything. I cannot promote violence, I cannot promote disrespect, I cannot promote rape and say that this is okay, or for that matter, songs like Tu Cheez Badi Hai. Why would you objectify a woman or her body? Why would you think that this is okay? Why is it that there is no censures for all of this?
Yes.
We cannot ever say it's okay, doesn't matter. We need to say, you respect, take consent, and then you're free.
Absolutely, Brinda. You know, I've really run short of it. Thank you, Brinda. Thank you, Preeti, and thank you, Dr. Charu. Because today I have decided to do all the debates which are around women. You know, but the reason why I took this was that this has happened in the middle of the public eye, despite the best work, hard work being done by the SHE teams. You know, unless and until the larger mindset of the society changes, you know, you can have 1,000 people in the SHE teams, but this problem of public harassment of women will continue. So this was on point 2, but don't go away. In the third on point, we talk about another woman, but this is Mamata Banerjee, and she's raising the electoral pitch in West Bengal. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee led a massive protest in Kolkata against the alleged harassment